Hi everyone, welcome to this fun new video. In this video I will do a flip through my whole portfolio. It's about 6 years worth of art and illustrations and content that I made, and I really am excited to show it to you guys. I had so much fun putting it together. Here is my little portfolio. I bedazzled it a little bit with my own stickers, and here is my business card. I love it so much, can't wait to show it to you. But first I'm going to do a little introduction. Who am I? In the past I've done some client work, so a few of the projects in my portfolio are for clients, but I think most of the projects in my portfolio are personal work. So you'll mainly see personal work, but I also did work for clients when I was freelancing. So yeah, I have been illustrating for a while now. I have had my brand Hippie Hooray for a few years now, and I have been making stuff for it for such a long time. And in my portfolio I have put together all my favorite projects from over the years. I have made so much stuff, I can't believe it that I've made so much already. And currently I'm not self-employed, but I would like to get self-employed again in the future, which is also why I made this portfolio, so that I can send it to potential clients. Yeah, now I just post on YouTube every week, or I try to post every week. I mainly post illustration, crochet and do-it-yourself kind of related content on here. So if you enjoy that, don't forget to follow and subscribe. Well, that's the same thing. I really hope you enjoy this video. Let's look into my portfolio. Hi guys, and welcome to my little portfolio tour. I'm gonna go through it relatively quickly, or at least try to, because there are over 60 pages in this portfolio. First of all, I just love how it looks so much on the outside. I originally wanted to print out everything in spreads and then bookbind it myself, but since I want to add on to this portfolio, I thought it would be better to put it in a map, in a folder. So let's look into it. The first page is my I updated it recently because I haven't been working for a while, but this is my updated resume. This is my updated resume. Here are my personal information that I covered for this video, my online information. Here's a QR code to my website. Here are the things I studied, my work experience, the languages I know, art expositions I've done, and here are my skills and the apps that I have experience with. So the first project in my portfolio is from 2017, and I really love this so much. It's like a seesaw dinosaur with two smaller dinosaurs on top of it, and I did it in color pencil and I love it so much. And this is the only entry I have from 2017, and I also didn't add anything from 2018 because I kind of hated everything I did during that period. So yeah, I didn't include it. Then this is a set of handkerchiefs I designed for a small business that sold handkerchiefs that they designed themselves. So here's the packaging, and these are the handkerchiefs. There's a lot of like hairs and little stuff sticking to these folder maps, so I really hope it's not annoying. Then the next spread is about my webshop items. I have had many webshop eras with Hippie Hooray. So here I have a dinosaur pin I designed, and here it is again. I also screen printed on a few bags, and I also designed my own fabric to make like this little multi-purpose fabric piece that you could use for multiple purposes. It's kind of printed a bit dark. I hope you can see everything in my portfolio because some pictures are a bit dark. Here I have another fabric that I designed and ordered, and I made little pouches with them, and I had a little label. I was so ambitious back then with my web shop. And I also even made socks, which were very expensive, and they have little polar bear with a hat on them, and at the bottom there's my logo. So that was when I had my web shop back in 2019. I was totally going for it. Then I also had another concept that I actually really wanted to get manufactured, but it was way too ambitious, and it's called Bloom Baby, and I made multiple illustrations and patterns for it, which I really love. I love these illustrations and patterns so much. I also made 2 cards to like welcome a baby that is born, and here are some diaper designs that would have been so cute, and here's a little pillow design. Yeah, it never became a real thing, but I really like the design, so I wanted to put them in my portfolio. This spread is a commission that I did for my city. They asked me to design 3 posters. So the first one, oh, and they're all based on COVID back at the time. So here is a Stronger Together, which is based on like the community we had back then, the community feeling and sticking together. Here is a poster on how you can make your own little party at home, and here is a coloring sheet, and I really love this coloring sheet. It's one of my favorite ones I've ever made, and this is in 2020. Then another spread for my web shop. Here you can see different designs I made for my webshop, and these are all different postcards. You can't really see them that well, I'm noticing now because it's a bit dark, but I had different kind of designs for postcards. And then here I had a little special printable on my webshop for Father's Day, and here I made some birth announcement card designs. I really hope you can see it because I realize it's a bit small and dark. Then I also made a fabric pattern, and I ordered it on cotton, which was commissioned. So I had a mermaid pattern and a dinosaur pattern. And then here I got another commission to do a window drawing, and I really like how it turned out. It's a bit party theme. It was for a youth center. Then this was one of my favorite commissions that you'll see reappearing in my portfolio, because I'm kind of like a regular freelancer for them. Well, kind of, whenever I am available as a freelancer, because it's kind of a difficult situation for me. But I had to design different kind of slides for an app, and the children could use the app on the tablet to follow a route through the museum and do different kind of tasks. So you have different assignments that they have to do, and then you have to click next, and yeah, every slide has like a little assignment for the child to do. And then I had to do the same for another museum in my city. So again, with all kinds of instructions. And I really loved making the illustrations for the different slides. Here is like a crossword thingy. Yeah, I love it a lot. Another thing I did as a project for myself, well, actually for my webshop, was making a self-care zine. So this is the cover, and there were all kinds of different collage-inspired pages and some random drawings in there with quotes and affirmations here. And I also included the self-care zine in a gift box that I offered on my webshop. It's a spa gift box, and the spa gift box included all kinds of fun stuff like tea, a scrub for in the shower, incense, soap, candles, all kinds of stuff. I really love doing this for my webshop, but it was kind of a lot of work to pack everything for each order. But this gift box was kind of low-key popular on my webshop back then, and this is still 2020. Then I did a little rebranding for my webshop back then, and I loved it so much. It had a little card with a heart punch out, and my slogan back then was sustainability is a party, because it was kind of like a gift webshop and everything was sustainable on my webshop back then. I also had my own paper, my own Hippie Hooray branded paper, and here was a sticker on the packaging, and I don't know, I love the design so much. Here is a gift coupon that I designed. Yeah, I just loved how it looked. But sadly, later on, you'll see I had to close my webshop. This was a small commission that I had to design the illustration for the cover of this magazine. It was a vegan magazine and I really like doing it. It's quite simple, but I still like the results. Then here I was asked to design a few labels for 4 children, siblings, and they all had their interests, so I had to include them in the tags. And yeah, I really love how they turned out and the client was so happy. This was another commission I had for an event that a village in my neighborhood was organizing, and you could donate some of your own sport uniforms, and this was like a call to get donations, if you know what I mean. So I designed this and it's really cute. This was one of the last designs I did before I got really ill back in 2021. Then the Feel Good Club zine was another one of my little projects. And I only made one zine for it, but I had like the Feel Good Club and I wanted to make a monthly zine before I got really ill. So I designed all this. It's like a little zine with interviews of people I knew and that wanted to be in the zine, a little coloring sheet. I didn't make this, but I bought it. Some images in the center of the zine that I illustrated, and yeah, I really like the overall look of this zine, but it was just a project for fun. Then in 2021 I was feeling very bad and still ill, but I wanted to enter Peachtober, which is curated by Fairy Little Peach, and it's kind of like Inktober but with different prompts. So these are the favorite ones I did for the Peachtober in 2021. Then this spread is just random, some of my favorite sketchbook entries that I did in my sketchbook back then. This one, the original one, I gave to a friend of mine. This is just Ewicht en Mona. I really love this. This is another one of my favorite sketches from my sketchbook. I really love it so much. I also really like this one. And this one I also made into a postcard when I still had my web shop. Yeah, I like these drawings a lot. I love drawing in my sketchbook. Then I made a heavy petal sweater design. I actually originally had a t-shirt design which said heavy petal, which we screen printed ourselves, and I wanted to redesign it. So this is the redesign. This is the front and this is the back. Well, you can have different background colors for the sweater. It would be really nice if I could eventually manufacture these one day, because I really like the design of this. Then this is my first acrylic painting I ever did, and well, ever, like officially, and I really like it a lot. It's a bird and a fish, and I also really like the background. Yeah, I don't really have a decent explanation for this painting, just that I like it aesthetically, and yeah, I really want to do more acrylic paintings in the future. Here are some artwork remakes that I did. I really like this concept and I should probably do it more often in the future. So this is The Swing by Fragonard, or I don't know how to say the name. Here is Déjeuner sur l'Herbe. I don't know the name of this painting, but it's from Bacon. This is from Vermeer, The Girl with the Pearl Earring, or something like that. So I really love these recreations. They are so silly, but I love them a lot and I wanted to include them in my portfolio. Then back in the summer last year I did some fake tattoo designs for a video, and I also printed them myself and put them on my body. And I know from like a tattoo perspective that these aren't the greatest designs for an actual tattoo, but for the fake tattoos they were great and I really love how they turned out. Then here I have some digital drawing entries that I really liked from 2022. This one also got featured on an expo a while ago, an expo that was all about cats, so I really like that. I also really like this one. This one was kind of experimental for me. I don't use these colors very often, and This one is very cute as well, I think. Then we arrived at Peachtober 2022. So these are a few of my favorite ones. I actually did every day of Peachtober of 2022, which I'm very proud of. These are a few of my favorite illustrations that I did. And here you can see I turned one of the daily prompts into a sticker, and here as well. And I also used some of the illustrations from Peachtober for a stamp sticker sheet. And here is one of the postcards that I made based on a design of Peachtober. Now we're going into 2023. So my zodiac signs is one of my favorite projects that I did. I actually made it during 2022, but I finished it in 2023 because I did one zodiac every month. So here you can see all the zodiac signs, well, not all of them. Here are the last 4 ones. Yeah, I love them so much, and I also showed them on an exposition. I'm so proud of these. I made them in Procreate, and it was very experimental because I remember I started with Aries actually because the idea came from my niece that was born, and I wanted to make her an illustration for her birth, and I thought she was gonna be an Aries, but she actually turned out to be a Pisces. So I started with these Aries, and this was the first time I started using purple in an illustration, and then I was totally hooked on it and I never looked back. Then here are some commissioned drawings also for my niece, well, for my 2 nieces, because they each had like an interest, like a deer, and then the other one had interest in like little mushrooms. So I made 2 very cute designs and I got them printed to hang them up in their room. I really love how these turn out. They are one of my favorite illustrations I did this year so far. Then I did a little webshop update, although I didn't have my webshop for very long, and it totally wasn't successful because my webshop had been closed for almost 2 years, I think. But I did a little redesign. Here is a freebie sticker. This was a sticker I put on the envelopes. I don't know what happened to this picture, by the way, but yeah, and I had little sticker sheets. My Mona reaction sticker sheet was actually very popular. This was a little free illustration I put in the orders, and this was a kind of a receipt I made, and I noted the name of the person who ordered on here. And then this was a little business card I made a bit later on. I also used this on expositions and stuff like that. So yeah, this was like a little update for my branding for Hippie Hooray. But my webshop didn't last very long, and maybe one day I can reopen my shop again, but I don't know, it's such a hassle, and you don't, at least I don't earn that much money with it, although I think my items are very cute. Here's another spread for my webshop. I made these little stickers. I bring good luck. I also really like these. I also made this creative juice sticker. Well, I didn't make it. I ordered it through Sticker app. This is the Mona Reactions sticker sheet. I did make this myself with my Cricut. I also had a Redbubble shop, and I sold different kind of stuff like this pattern. It's like a Pokemon pattern, and I also had this A Bit Slow 100% Cool t-shirt. I also made my own earrings. I didn't sell any of them, although I think they look very cute. I made them myself with like shrink plastic, and I love them so much, but nobody wanted to buy them. Here's another postcard, and I also made a Pokemon sticker sheet, but that was when I accidentally printed it on the back of my sticker paper, so I actually was never able to use or sell this sticker sheet, but I really like the design of my Pokemon sticker sheet. Then I also had a few digital downloads, which also was one of my favorite things on my webshop. I made this a really cute block note printable. I love this design so much, and maybe eventually I can get it made into a little block note in the future, hopefully. But for now it was a printable, and yeah, I just love it so much. I also made nameless monthly calendar sheets, which were different kind of illustrations that I did at the top, and then you could note down the date and some little remarks for the day. I also made the sticker sheet. This was a bit of an older downloadable. These were all kinds of different stickers you could use in like GoodNotes, or you could print them out and use them as stickers. And I also had this frog phone background, which I used for a long time on my own phone because I love it so much. Because when your phone is locked, you can use this screen, and then when it's unlocked, the little candle thingy is burning, and I love it so much. And then I used these icons for so many things. I also recently made freebie stickers with them because I like this design so much. But yeah, this is an icon pack that you could download, and I applied it to my own desktop, and I love how it looks so much. I really love these icons, and I should definitely make more in this style because it just looks so cute. Then this is another digital illustration that I really love, and I thought it could use its own page. I also showed this on the 2 expositions I did this year so far. Yeah, I just love it so much. It's definitely one of my favorite illustrations. Then here is a spread from the expositions I did. It's maybe not that visible, but here I had a little table, and a few of my illustrations are placed on it. You can see here, this is the commission I mentioned earlier. This is the illustration from the previous spread, and here is my zodiac signs. And here are some more random postcards, and I kind of displayed the same items in this exposition, but in this exposition I also showed a little preview of my YouTube channel, which I liked a lot, so people who walked by could see very quickly what I post on YouTube, which kind of content I post. Then this is another one of my favorite projects I did this year. I did so many cool projects this year already. And it was at my parents' house. They have a little room for their grandchildren to sleep in. My parents asked me to do a little mural, and this was my first real mural I've ever done, and I did it with acrylic paint. And I really want to do more murals in the future, preferably with actual paint for like walls. What's it called? Is it wall paint? That sounds very strange. But this was the design I did, and I used a projector, which was such a good idea. And this is how it turned out. Here are little process pictures or progress pictures. And I love it so much. I wish I could have this in my own house, to be honest. It's so cute. Yeah, it's inspired on like dreams, and it's like a little dreamy mural for the children. And then the day after I went to, or no, this was the day before actually, I went to Brussels because they were doing a little art competition, and this was the painting I did. This was only like my second real acrylic painting I've ever done. Well, I did a few ones before that I hung up in the bedroom. But yeah, this is what I came up with. And actually now it's in our living room. It's a huge canvas, and I love so much how it turned out. Then here are some random sketchbook entries. Well, actually my favorite sketchbook entries from 2023 so far. I really love drawing in my sketchbook, but oftentimes it turns out looking a bit ugly. So, but I'm not putting too much pressure on myself for my sketchbook, but these are a few of my favorite ones. These are a few of my favorite uh, digital illustrations I've done recently. This one definitely is my favorite. This cat is a bit derpy, but I also really like it, and I also really love the colors I used. And then these are flowers that are based on the flowers on my internship. So I drew them on my iPad. And then this is one of my all-time favorite projects again. Oh my god. So yeah, I really wanted to do tapestry crochet because I also crochet a lot. On my YouTube channel there is a lot of crochet content, by the way. But this was the original design I did. I made a full video on this project, by the way, on my YouTube channel. Yeah, I just had a dream about this design, so I was like, I have to make it in real life, and this is how it turned out. I love it so much. It took me a while, I think about 3 weeks or even a month, but it's a very, very big tapestry. And I love it so much. Oh, by the way, I also have a vlog up on my YouTube channel in which I did this mural and this painting, and it performed so poorly, and I'm so sad about it because it's actually one of my favorite vlogs ever on my YouTube channel. So definitely check it out after this video if you're interested. And then we're at the last spread actually, and yeah, this is a project I did recently. There are actually 2 projects, and I also made a full video about these 2 projects if you're interested. But it's more of like a graphic design project with some illustrations I did. So the first project I did was a little booklet I designed, and each page has different kind of assignments for the children. Again, it's the same as the projects I did in the past with the apps and the different slides, but this time they didn't want to use the apps anymore. So I made a little booklet. Yeah, here are just some shots of it. And then another project I did was for older children, and I made a little poster for it. You can see it here, with all kinds of different assignments that they had to do throughout the museum. And I made a little coloring sheet. I made little connected dots. Well, you can't see it that well on here, but I might just end up popping in a few pictures on the video. And then I also made a little newsletter article, and I really love this illustration. And then this is another shot of one of the assignments they had to do that aren't included in the poster. So that was everything. I hope you really enjoyed seeing this and maybe got inspired. Be sure to check out my other videos as well, because for almost all the projects I do, I put out a video on YouTube. So you can just watch the process on how I work, and hopefully it's a bit relaxing or entertaining. And if you enjoyed this video, please let me know which was your favorite project in the comments, so that way I know, yeah, which one you like the most. And don't forget to like this video because all support is very needed for me. It really helps a lot. And yeah, I'll see you in next week's video. Bye bye, have a good day or night.
I've never met anyone quite like her.